everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we start a new segment on our channel called
Midnight Movie. No, that doesn't sound like the right tone, does it? Midnight Movies.
You reckon you can do that every time though?
No.
You can keep it up.
I am. No.
So we are back.
Evening, boys and ghouls.
There we go.
We'll keep that one going.
Started that one. So we finished.
We
our
are
A to Z.
so produced. You can tell. We've been working hard.
Yeah. So Midnight Movies is our new segment where we watch a movie.
A movie that you would. A movie that would be
Where
the
was our
sort of thing
inspiration
you would
from?
watch at the end of the day. The sort of thing
End
that
of the night.
the end of the night, you maybe had a few drinks, you've been to the pub, you get back, you turn on the TV, bit like the things you used to find on like Movie Drone, those sort of old channels like that. So it's not going to be anything too mainstream.
No.
And it's likely to be genre, but not necessarily always.
Yeah, not necessarily always horror.
No.
That's the other thing, you know. A lot of the midnight movies, or the sort of memories I have of midnight movies are like Your Evil Deads. I want to say Blade Runner, but I'm not 100%. Anyway,
Blade
Dark
Runner?
City.
Dark
Sorry,
City, yeah,
was one.
I get that. That's good.
Anyway, so tonight we are both watching a Toby Hooper movie we've both not seen before.
No.
And that is...
Crocodile.
Yeah, to be honest, never really heard of this one.
No.
No.
When you picked it up, I actually went and Googled to check it wasn't Eaten Alive, which is a film I absolutely love. A personal favourite Toby Hooper of mine. And it's not. This is a different movie.
No, so we don't... When is it from, you reckon? 2000?
2001-ish. So really early. No, so really recent for Toby Hooper, not early, but you know, in my brain that made sense.
Handed it to you. So anyway, we're going to, as usual, pull it on, watch it, and give you our unedited, immediate thoughts straight after.
Yeah.
So
now we're not going to score midnight movies. We're gonna we're gonna certify it midnight. If we agree,
certified midnight.
if we agree it is a midnight movie, it will be certified movie midnight. So that's the way we're doing this. Cool.
Let's
Awesome.
watch this.
See you on the flip side.
Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back. So we have just finished watching Toby Hooper's
Crocodile, not eaten alive.
Nothing. So this is 2000.
This is not eaten alive.
2001.
Just to
Nothing
reiterate
like
that point.
The reason we're making that reference is because the late great Toby Hooper, who made Eaten Alive, a fantastic movie.
And a midnight movie,
Now
if
that
ever there
is-
was one.
Yeah. Beautiful movie, beautiful movie.
Yes. Very
And
good.
I was looking at some letterbox reviews. One to get the date of release, but there's quite a few people on there likening certain scenes in Crocodile to Eaten Alive, and one review even referred to it as a sequel, which
I'll take a positive. There
Right.
is a scene with two characters in this movie.
the alligator farmers.
The gator farmers, yeah, that very much the old gator farmer Shurkin.
Yeah.
He did remind me a bit like he could have been nearly related in a way to the guy from Eaten Alive's next door neighbour's auntie. You know, there was a link, but it was tedious. And then his helper reminded me more of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 character.
Of Chop Top.
Yeah, Chop Top, more of a Chop Toppy actually. Yeah.
They were the best bits. These two new characters introduced to me was more Toby-esque.
Yeah, that was where it felt like it was doing something different, something challenging, something much more midnight movie. Which
Yeah.
kind of, you know, midnight movie needs to be entertaining, but it needs to do something a bit different, a bit brave. You don't have to love a midnight movie, but it has to.
You've got to justify its position to be played at midnight and thereafter.
Yeah, you need to make sure that most people are asleep because it's not for most people.
Niche audience.
Yeah, and there was a scene in this, and there was one particular bit where there was a guy talking to the gator, where I was like, I'm not sure I like it, but it's different. But it was about 30 seconds of this movie.
Yeah, 30 seconds to a minute. When we described this, summarised quickly before we press record on the old phone, that it was a teen creature feature.
Teen creature feature. And then when you start thinking about teen creature features, what you could liken this to, I mean, Just put it down there. This came out in 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah.
And it very much felt like the initial scenes were riding on the back of the American Pie. You were talking about the characters in it. It was
Road Trip American Pie. It just had that. The opening scene, we just thought it reminded me very much of that.
But the year before this came out, Lake Placid came out. Now, Lake Placid, I think is a fantastic movie. I love it. I think it's one of the funniest movies ever. It's just pure wit, and it's a really good send up for things like Jaws, and it has good effects.
Wow, this. I wonder what the budget was for this, but
This
could not have been a lot.
So, okay, some of the blood practical effects, I didn't like the style of the crocodile, but this big flat crocodile.
Yeah.
But they made that decision and they went with it. Some of the gore, some of the munching, there wasn't a lot, but looked quite good.
Yeah.
But most of it was CG dinosaur in a time.
I mean, this is
Dinosaur,
2000.
CG crocodile, but it was in a time where they hadn't perfected CG unless you had the budget.
Yeah.
And this did not have the budget of Jurassic Park. I'm telling you that much.
And the CGI was just terrible.
Terrible. Yeah, and you can allow for elements of CGI for to-date films. Like, if it had just been the one bit of the crocodile running, you might have gone, that's bad CGI, but the story's going with it. But then there was, got later on, you got more CGI.
More reliant on it, on the closing third act.
But
then it just had stupid scenes. Like, there's one scene we both just looked at each other where the crocodile launched itself out of the lake, did a corkscrew spin, and dived back in.
And Tom Daly was there.
It's
Turn! They were saying this.
But it was so out of place for
Yeah.
the scene,
Yeah.
and it was unnecessary and it was frustrating.
I don't even know what I'd even remotely compare this to. I mean, thinking of modern films recently, I mean, this was probably closer to Zombievers.
Yeah.
People on the lake, but Zombievers is
is-
good
But it was
and funny
and Piranha 3D and things, but they were going for humour. I don't think this was.
well,
Going
Piranha,
for
the
humour.
first Piranha 3D also it goes for humour, but the last half of that film is fucking brutal. This,
Yeah.
it,
So yeah, unfortunately, Crocodile cannot be awarded certified midnight.
it's not certified midnight. You might a TV edit of this that was on at 6 p.m. would barely be. It wasn't as good as Rogue. That seemed obviously a much more recent movie, but it wasn't as good as that.
Yeah. All in all, I'm fairly disappointed with Crocodile. So
I
unfortunately,
liked it more than you.
You did.
I liked it more than you, but it is not going to be a legacy to Toby Hooper movie for me. It's not up there with your Life Force, your Eaten Alives, your Funhouse, your TTMs. It's not there.
We had this worry because of the age of the film.
Yeah.
It was not going to live up to his earlier works.
No.
So anyway, it passed the hour and a half. We had a laugh with it.
I wouldn't advise anyone to actively avoid it. I don't think it's going to make you go, it was terrible. I just think it felt very TV movie. It felt sci-fi.
It's
Sci-Fi Channel. All these like crocodile, ghost
suppose-
versus shark, monkey.
So if you're into them sort of films, this is probably one of those before this kind of
Before Asylum
this
movies.
genre. If you
Yeah,
will.
before Asylum took over. Yeah, no, it is. But it definitely has that feel to it in the sense of characters, script. It just didn't come together in any way. No, not for me.
Shame. Anyway, so first review in the Midnight Movies segment. Unfortunately, we need to maybe have something else. So if it isn't certified midnight, it is.
It's a
watershed friendly.
watershed. Oh, it's a water. Well, I think with a couple of edits, this is pre-watershed. But at the minute as it stands now, this could be Channel 5, 9 o'clock, any night of the week. I've probably not got enough boobs in it for Channel 5, but there we go.
Oops.
Yeah. So we maybe need to go. Maybe if you guys have got some ideas, you could stick them in the comments for things that aren't certified midnight. Do we have different categories we could put them in? Then we can see some props. We need some bins. We go certified, and drop them into different things. And we have bells and whistles and cheerleaders. Woo!
Cheerleaders. There we go. Right. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, be good to each other. Life is short, unless you're a zombie. Peace.